Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of great ministry rule well. Salvation to the Yakim, pushing its truth and sincerity to the four corners of the earth. Today, we want to ask what's who's and learn and be obedient to the husband, Brother Howard, from which he must prophetic vibration camp, but when I listen to the spirit of our Yahweh Yahushai. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So, through this point and power of Ba'ashem Yahushai, in this video will be a physical and spiritual reset, and it's going into that Esau is going to slavery, and that spiritual reset is relieving of this chains of darkness and putting on the immortality, putting on that righteousness, in our inward part and that extraterrestrial body, when Yahweh shall come back to deliver us, to redeem us from this chains of darkness and from this wicked world. We ruled by the wicked Esau Edom. So I will read back the precept in 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Verse 2, it says, I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh off. It says, even so is the causes of this present world. Verse 3, it said, there be many created, and few shall be saved. And these many created and few shall be saved also go to these 2/3 of our own people, which turn their back on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. When Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai say in Jeremiah 3, I think it's verse 40, when he say, I'm married unto you. They turned down their wedding vow. They never come to the wedding. They was bid to the wedding because the prophet was out in the highways and byways, which is the Lord mouthpiece, and was bidding you to the wedding, and you didn't come into the wedding. You want to be wicked, and a rebellious nation. You want to transgress and follow the ways of the heathens and serve the gods of this world. So I'll start with this precept here. Second precept, Salakia. This is the book of St. Esdras 6 and verse 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau going back into the wicked, who was Isaac, bring forth Esau, and Jacob coming after holding his heel spiritually, showing that pulling on his kingdom, his rulership, showing that, hey, we gonna rule, because we symbolize Jacob, which is Israel. We go back to Zion, the monument of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We up next, or as the big brother, I don't wanna bother, we got next. So through the spirit and power of Ba'ashem Yahushai, we knowing that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is coming and destroy Babylon the Great, and all these other nations, Russia, Ukraine, even China, Japan, where you could name it. All these nations who feel they are the power on the earth right now, all the weak who say they are strong, gonna get destroyed when you have Ba'ashem Yahushai destroy Babylon the Great. He's gonna put all these nations under subdue and put them under his feet, and even with the iron rod, and dash these other nations and his army, his elect, like a potter's vessel. Because we know, to the Lord, they just like a clay pot. You can just hold and dash. Because where's the flesh? If a grass cut in the flesh, Imagine the day of the Lord when he come with his sword, you know. So I'm going to bring out this precept in Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garment from Bozrah? It said this that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength, which we know is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai, you know. And Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai, his strength, you know, the earth can withhold the strength of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai. This physical world, you know, can withhold the strength of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai. As a scripture, it says that true Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai slaughter, that's roughly paraphrasing, as the more he slaughters, the more sharp his sword get. You know, so the power Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai gonna come down on the earth with, especially his chariot. You know, a lot of zapping is gonna be taking place, a lot of lightning mixed with fire, you know, it's gonna be burning you. And the heat of the Lord gonna be you know, letting go out of this chariot. It's not normal heat, you know. This heat is true power, the element at its best, you know, its best state, you know, it is at its best form, you know, at its best power to actually, you know, eradicate you, you know, eradicate you clean to smithereens, you know, to ashes. And that was going to be happening on the face of the earth, you know. It say, I that speak it in righteousness might be saved. And it's going back into the elect, you know, which symbolizing Isaiah the prophet, but all the prophets symbolizing, you know, as they give their testimony, you know, going back to the elect, because we is the ones who, you know, who was on the highways and byways and laboring, being sincere in his truth, you know, being diligent, being watchmen, you know, and you know, following orders from the elders and the apostles, which Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai is using to be the leader of the congregation, you know, Israel, building back that spiritual house of King David, being captains of being captains over many, you know, because the Lord in Numbers, when they read it, have captains over 5, 10s, hundreds, and even thousands. So this is the captain, also our elder, also the head of the congregation, which is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai congregation, you know, being that mouthpiece, putting out the orders, you know. So we had to be as soldiers in the army, waiting for our captain to give order, you know. And our main captain is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai. So going down, you know, to have an order, because everything, the Lord said, let everything done decently and in an order. So the Lord set things on earth in an order, you know, being in his flesh, it have elders over us, but and our spiritual, you know, captain, big brother is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai, you know. And that way we follow the Lamb wheresoever he go, because he leads us in the path of righteousness, into that straight gate, you know. So we've been focused, you know, on the kingdom to come, you know, by we go to the highways and byways and cursing out all these nations, cursing out all these other nations, and telling Esau Edom that his time is up, for the end of Esau kingdom is beginning of Jacob, you know, that follow it. And we got next, you know. Verse 2, it say, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garment like him that trodden in the wine fat. So Yahushua is gonna be, garment is gonna be beaded with blood from the slaughtering, you know, in the valley of Josaphat, you know, which is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai judgment. He gonna bring on all these nations when he gathered them up in the Middle East, you know, and started to destroy them, because when Babylon the Great, America get destroyed, all these nations are gonna be fighting for world power, you know. And then when Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai come to deliver with Salakia, when Babylon the Great get destroyed, Yahweh Shai come with his chariots, you know, to deliver, send on his chariots to deliver his elect. Is that when they want to fight against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai, all these other world power, Russia, China, you know, Iran, the Persians, you know, all will come to try to fight against Yahweh Shemashai, and they when he would you know, bring that spiritual reset, you know, and physically destroy them, you know, and send on his hunters. We back to the elect and his angels. Michael, as it's in Daniel verse 12, you know, we send on Michael the archangel, you know. So it could be a serious, it could be a yapper time, you know. It could be a yapper time for the elect to be taking part of Yahweh Shemashai vengeance, because within ourselves, through all these through all this reincarnation and through all gain. Alright, so continuing in verse 3, it say, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will trodden them in my anger. So the Lord is coming, you know, with his anger, you know, what he withhold, you know, since, you know, he was, you know, since he was in this physical form, you know, as Yahweh Shai, you know, when they spit on him, you know, when his own people say, you know, pay him to death, you know, and even for persecuting his friends, you know, because as we know the scriptures say, they persecute the prophets all day long, you know, through all the times, you know, and the prophets, they put them to death. What should they do John the Baptist, you know? So the Lord come with vengeance, you know, to destroy all the heathens and even 2/3 of our people. So it say, for I will trodden them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will strain all my garment. And this yappa just show that the Lord is coming, you know, and he never no pity on none. We back into Isaiah 66 and 15. You know, the Lord gonna play with all flesh, you know, because Salakia, you know, because as we know, vengeance is Yahweh Shemashai, you know, so we have to wait on him. You know, we ought to be like these other camps and be arming up ourselves and feel it's a gun battle. You know, it will never work. And it's to be carried by his death. Here, you know, doing this video here, you know, under the weather, a lot of spirits, you know, trying to fight me to do this video, but all praise to Yahweh Shemashai. You know, as I know, you know, I had a feed sheep, and even let Esau know, hey, this is your charge sheep, that you are going to slavery. As it say, again one time in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9, it say, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saint. So hey, we had our patience, you know, we had our patience, we had our faith in Yahweh Shemashai. This is our praise, you know. No, this is our praise, you know, that Yahweh Shemashai come and come, we be praying and cursing out, you know, saying that the curses on Esau Edom for his kingdom to fall, you know, and for Yahweh Shemashai to come and put him to slavery, you know, as it says in Isaiah 60 and 10, for their sons shall build up our walls, you know, and their fathers and mothers they had for nursing, you know, and at Yapa, you know, and they even go to say they go lick the dust of our feet, you know, and I'm sure they're gonna be like dogs when they walk in your kingdom, you know, kissing it and licking the boots of your feet, because they will be like massa, you know. You know, they can't even look into your eye, because the power you want to have, you know, it having an extraterrestrial body and can control all the elements. Hey, they not shit on you. You know, they will tell us they're gonna be so afraid of you that they can't even watch you in your eye. They will bow down to the king. You know. So we know that Esau Edom is going to slavery, because what will he do us? You know. Watch what we went through when he come, you know, and take down Jerusalem and say burn it even to the foundation thereof. when we put us into the ship, and having, the shit, brother shitting on each other, coming down, women peeing, and going on a line because I like cans on a shelf in the boat. So ever come from on top, coming straight down to the bottom, people dying, and they had a rotten ride, and hey, that showed Esau have his judgment. When Christopher Columbus come and start slaughter, what should they do the Gadites when they take the land of America and call it America, which was the Gadites line. But the Lord do all this, to show Israel that, hey, we is nothing without him. We is nothing without him. Even the elect is nothing without Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. That's why we had a call upon Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, to get through to Yahweh, because Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, is giving Yahweh that good report on the elect. That way we ought to be, at our best behavior. When we repent, even though we brothers is fall in the flesh, we ought to get back up and push the word, get ourselves right, be spiritual minded all the time and focus on things above, knowing that, hey, we looking forward for our kingdom with ruled in righteousness, so we have precept, because me don't curse no Esau yet, This is the book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 5. This is the book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 5. Hey, Salaki, I'm just take out this internet to water, ya wash me shite. For her sins, here's the book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she had full her double. So hey, so you're gonna get double, triple, but hey, we gonna multiply by 1,000,000. I cannot slavery you're gonna get. You're gonna work all night till it should get dry. And we gotta really show you what tribulation really look like. You come against the Israelites, the apply Lord eyes, and feel like you could join a federation and come with all the other nation and come and force into captivity and feel like our name it could be no more remembrance. Hey, how about Hashem is in control, the ultimate power we serve, will wake us up. The truth shall cover the earth like water cover the sea. And like water cover the like you will see that Esau, the truth is revealing in these last days. The Lord is actually splitting up all these the ancient signs, bringing back the Hebrew name, I think that a coin they find in Jerusalem saying I think it's Rise Israel, Rise Israel, Kwame Sharala, so we in this time, hey, we in a physical, spiritual, time we living in right now. Physically, that Esau is going to slavery and is going to get put to death. All these 2/3 same way, and all the remnant we Lord, preserved for slavery. We could be in their bunkers, which we're going to hunt them and like to dig them out. Because they could be under the rocks and hiding like them teeth worm on them, earthworm. They could be like earthworm. We went down in their bunkers and we're going to dig them out. We coming like eagles, flying up, mount up like eagle, hey, we coming for you, like how the movie, Hancock, when he mount up and bust up in midair, so we gonna be coming for you, and when we land, you must feel the vibration, don't feel your bodyguards we have in front of your bunkers, bullets is going to stop us, they could be like a walk in the park coming for you, like an evening stroll, fresh air, taking you and even smashing somebody else same way, even your little one same way, up on stones, hey, it will bring a joy in the spirit, to pull out of you to death, even your wife when she open her mouth, slap out her head from the body, So we live in a time where we knowing that it's a spiritual and physical reset is going to take place. you know, and Esau don't see that he falling because what you going on is bully at the wall, but yet Russia is invading Ukraine, you know, and he can't do nothing but stand up on the outside, you know, and you know, and just spectate, you know, and shove his propaganda through his media, and so the world will target Russia as bad, you know, Putin as bad. But we know that Yahweh Hashem Yoshai is control of all the chess moves. So no matter what at the end, you know, you gonna get destroyed by thermal nuclear fire. But Esau Edom, you gonna get destroyed by Babylon the Great is gonna get destroyed by thermal nuclear fire. You know, your doom, nothing cannot save you, because the Yahweh Hashem will be controlling all these arrows, which is the nuclear weapons, to come and destroy you. You know, and it will be thousands of nuclear, all the nuclear these 9 nations have gonna be coming down. Even your own nuclear weapons gonna fall on you and destroy you. And that's what the scripture going back to say, come out of my people, going back to the elect, when Yahweh Hashem sent his angels to deliver the elect from destruction. Because why? You know, they hold their patience, and they had faith in Yahweh Hashem, they trust in Yahweh Hashem, knowing that, hey, he's our deliverer, he's gonna deliver us out of trouble. Because hey, we fight the great fight, you know, we hold on to the end, we endure, you know, as a hard soldier for Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, you know, getting ready, you know, for that spiritual reset, which is the kingdom of heaven on earth. You know, we indwell righteousness, which is we the elect, you know, will be ruling in righteousness. And all these other nations will be rejoicing. 2/3 of our people will be rejoicing, because why? You know, you know, everything come back to its natural, you know, habitat. You know, the sea, the animals, the plants, you know, even our women, they gonna be respectable, fully in order, you know. Our children gonna be growing up in order, not disrespectful, you know. They will always have a smile in their face, because hey, they and especially us as the elect, we will be at peace. We need to study about when we kid go, if we kid go on the road, you know, or go by the neighbor, you know, or go on a journey. We need to care, because hey, they will be immortals, you know. They will be immortals on the face of the earth, you know. These other nations could be bringing all their delicacies, where they're making all the you know Moab, all he like to make a chow mein noodles with his stew chicken, you know, and he had to bring the finest, you know. All these Elamites had to bring their roti. The roti had to be on point, you know. The curry had to be on point, you know. Otherwise, his heads rolling, you know. So we waiting for that reset, that spiritual reset, you know. That way we hastening for, because right now, hey, Yahweh Hashem is turning it up, you know. And the same way we waiting for Yahweh Hashem to come to deliver us, you know. Because it's a dread time. It's a very dread time. It's coming on the face of the earth, you know. And 2/3 like they didn't see that, 2/3 didn't see the destruction coming. And it's the Lord really had them blind, because the gods of this will blind them, you know. So we'll get this precept. Hey, and it's a yapper thing to know that, hey, being in this truth, you know, hey, you have a chance, you know, you have a chance in this truth, you know. You have a chance in this truth to know, to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. You know, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 8. Verse 8, it says, because of unrighteousness dealing, injuries, and which got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that one people go back into Esau Edom to another is Israel. You know, because hey, the people mourning right now. You know, the people mourning. You know, the people is mourning. Because what you're going on, they're not talking about hyperinflation, they're not talking about you know, things going digital. So we don't know the MOTB is coming. You know, we don't know this martial law coming. We don't know his World War III coming. You know, when the Lord is going to bring, hey, the Lord going to send out all the spirits of vengeance on the face of the earth. When a man going to regard for his brother or his neighbor, you know, Hey, it could be chaos. A friend looking to eat a friend because she hungry. You know, woman eating their children. Hey, it's rape on every corner. You know, it's fire on every neighbor house. Hey, every corner same way too. You know, you see these false pastors hanging from in every corner same way too. Hey, is a serious time is coming. You know. So we knowing that, hey, by we watchmen, we watching what going on. You know, we being as a brother Yakal do a video. We had our strength in Yahweh, knowing we had our strength in this truth. Knowing that you know, we laboring and we having faith in Yahweh, we know that we gonna make it out. And that strength is building up our faith. You know, building up faith. Faith bring forth that strength unto us, knowing that, hey, blessed is the man who haven't seen but believe. We believe in, bring forth that strength. Having faith in Yahweh, you know. So when everybody had our spirit, a pushing the wood. When they go by, brother, do a video. You know, when you're home and get a chance to do a video. I know, hey, I like in my videos, you know, because, you know, a lot of things going on right now. But I can't make no excuse. I had to push, you know, the woods. I got to push the wood, you know, because I can't make no excuse to Yahweh, hey, let His will be done, you know. Watazakaya Aisha, you know, let His will be done, you know, on the Ratazakai, which is the earth, you know. So we getting ready for that spiritual reset. So we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash, you know, double honors to the elders and the apostles of great ministry we well. Salutation to the Yakin opportunity true instance to the four corners of the earth. So you want to act to listen and learn and be obedient to the husband. Always videos edifying through the spirit of fire, Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, Salakia, you know, what kind of under the weather. So, you know, within the video, you know, I was doing a little pausing because, you know, sinus and all this, you know, sneezing and all this stuff, you know. So, hey, I still gotta go on, you know, these spirits, you know, they cannot fight me. You know, I will continue laboring for Yahweh Shai until my time come, you know. Until my time come, you know, Yahweh Shai send His angels to deliver us up, you know. So, hey, until the next one, we'll be edifying. Shalom.